Hello and welcome to week 2 of our pelvic floor focus series. Today I have for you a yang class, which is focused on alignment and form to begin working on that foundational strength and health of our pelvic floors. Let's begin today on our backs in a reclined butterfly. So bringing the soles of the feet together, allowing the arms to rest at your sides, or maybe you extend it overhead. Allow the knees to fall to the sides, gravity opening through the hips and the groin. And begin to just check in with yourself here for a moment. Noticing how you're feeling before we get started today. Bringing a habit of awareness and mindfulness into our practice. Take just a few more moments here, tuning into that breath and breathing deeply as you set an intention for today's practice before we get started. Go ahead now and gently hug the knees in toward the chest, forehead reaching for the knees, just giving yourself a big ol' hug here. And then go ahead and release the left leg, continuing to hug the right knee into the chest. Maybe moving it side to side a little bit. Take an inhale. As you exhale, draw that knee across your body. As you look over the right shoulder, taking a lying spinal twist here. Be sure that both shoulders are staying grounded to the mat. Taking just a few breaths. Inhale into the spinal cord, into the whole body. And exhale, releasing resistance, releasing tension. Good, let's inhale, returning to neutral. Letting go of the right leg, pulling the left knee back into the chest now. Hugging it here for a moment, taking any movement that feels good. And then with your next exhale, gently draw that left knee across the body, twisting to the left now, looking over that left shoulder to complete the twist. Again, let's inhale into that low belly space, our Dantian energy center. And exhale fully and slowly, let all the air leave. Again, inhale, drawing into this present moment. And exhale, letting go of anything you don't need right now. Good, when you are ready, go ahead and gently untwist the body, coming back to neutral. Let's once more hug the knees into the chest, forehead reaching toward the knees, giving yourself a big ol' hug here. And then when you're ready, we're going to begin taking some rocks, maybe 3 or 4, trying to build some momentum here until we can roll up to our feet, or you can simply meet me there if rolling up is a little too difficult for you today. Once you're on your feet, we're going to lift the heels, wrap the arms around the legs, giving yourself a tight hug, opening between the shoulder blades, finding a drishti point of focus as you balance on the toes here, or the balls of the feet. Let's continue to stay focused to the breath here. Inhale deep into that belly. Exhale fully and slowly, staying grounded, centered in this moment. Again, inhale. And exhale, let it all go. When you're ready, go ahead and plant your hands to the mat in front of you and just step back into your tabletop. Here we're going to begin taking some cat-cows. Make sure the hips are aligned above the knees, shoulders above the wrist. Then we're going to exhale as we begin to round through the spine, hips pressing forward, chin tucking toward the chest. Then inhale, dropping the belly, hips coming forward as you look up, opening through the chest. Again, exhale, rounding, tucking that chin. Flowing with the breath here, continuing to move at whatever speed feels best for your body. Staying connected with that breath, inhaling as the chest opens up and exhaling as the body closes, rounding into our cat. Feel free to add any extra movement in here, maybe moving the hips side to side a little, maybe rolling the shoulders a bit with this movement. Whatever feels best to you. And then when you're ready, let's settle back into our tabletop. And we're going to begin taking some bird dogs. Though this is the first thing we're going to do that really is going to require us to focus on our form and our hip and pelvis alignment. So let's begin extending the right arm and the left leg. Pull that belly button into the spine, tucking the hips so that we don't have this arch in the low back. Nice straight line through the body. Not hyperextending backward, lifting that leg. We're engaging each part of the body correctly to create this chain, each link doing its own part. From here, let's take an inhale. As you exhale, begin to meet knee to elbow, rounding through the back, crunching, really engaging that core. Then extend with your inhale. Moving at your own speed here, making this feel right for you. Paying attention to your hip alignment. Make sure that they're the same level and both square to the front of the mat. Nice even line here. Again, today's focus is on form and alignment, so really make sure that you're getting in the correct positioning here, engaging the muscles correctly as much as you can, playing around with your positioning as you need to. Good, go ahead and extend again. Right arm ahead, left arm behind, again finding that straight line, and then begin to pulse that back leg, not breaking through the low back, creating an arch, just lifting the leg as much as you can, engaging that glute muscle, not the back muscle here. Staying focused on what is being engaged. Just a little bit longer, you got it. And release back to tabletop. Great job. Now go ahead and lift the knees, leading with the hips as you extend back into down dog. Keeping the knees bent if you need to, and then slowly extending as your body allows. Maybe walking out your dog for a moment, perhaps rocking the hips side to side a little bit. Just taking a moment here to reset. Take an inhale. As you exhale, begin to round back into tabletop, leaving those knees hovered off the ground for our bear plank. Then, as we did before, we're going to lead with the hips, pressing back into down dog, keeping the knees bent now. Again, inhale, coming forward, hovering those knees. Exhale, pressing back. The only movement here is happening through the arms. Knees are staying bent at the same angle. Inhale, forward, hover the knees. Exhale, pressing back to down dog. Inhale, coming forward, making sure that deep core muscles are engaged here, that lifting through the pelvic floor. Exhale, press it back. Just a few more times like this. Inhale, rounding forward, hovering the knees. Exhale, pressing it back. Inhale, coming forward. Core is engaged. Exhale, shifting back. Just two more. Let's inhale, come forward. Engaged core. Exhale, press it back. One more time. Inhale, coming forward. And exhale, back to down dog. Then go ahead and lower back down into your tabletop again. Take a breath or two. Catch your breath, reset here. Then when you're ready, let's go ahead and extend the left arm ahead this time. Right leg reaching back. Again, checking out your form and alignment here first as we hold it. Leveling out those hips, squaring them to the front of the mat. Engaging those deep core muscles. Think about pulling your belly button into the spine. Straight line. Keep breathing through it. Just a few more seconds here. And with your next exhale, begin crunching knee to elbow. Again, really engaging that core, being intentional about what muscles you're using. And extending back, finding that level plane again. And continuing at your own speed once again, moving with the breath. Inhaling as we extend through the body. Exhaling as the body closes, crunching that knee to the elbow. Being intentional with your movement here. Don't rush it. There's no hurry, no competition. This is about meeting yourself where you're at, about training mindfully, bringing balance into your life, into your body. All right, when you're ready, let's extend the arm and leg again. Find the proper position and alignment, and then begin pulsing that back leg. Once again, using that glute engagement here, not the back, not bending through the back, keeping that straight line. Just very small movement. You're doing awesome. Keep breathing. Keep pushing. Just about 10 more seconds. Keep pulsing. Don't lose that form. Keep the core engaged. And release back into tabletop. Lift the knees, lead with the hips as you press back into down dog. Once more, taking a moment to do anything you need to do here. Move any way you need to move. Again, as we're here, this is a great time to check in with yourself to notice any changes that have begun to occur in your body, in your mind or emotions. Just taking inventory of where you're at in this practice. With your next exhale, let's begin to round through our down dog, coming into plank. Exhale to Chaturanga or knees, chin, chest. We're going to inhale for up dog. And exhale, pressing back to down dog, leading with the hips, knees bent if you need to. Take another inhale. As you exhale, let's step forward our right foot, coming into our high lunge. Here, I want you to play around with your hip positioning again. Think about tucking those hips under, belly button pulled into the spine. So we don't have this arch again. We have this nice straight line through the low back, those deep core muscles engaged, pelvic floor lifting. Thinking about pulling the front hip back slightly, pressing that back hip forward a bit to square off the hips toward the front of the mat. Again, let's inhale. As you exhale, plant the hands, extend through the front leg for pyramid, squaring off the hips. Again, inhale, high lunge, arms overhead, hips tucked, belly button into the spine. And exhale, extending back into our pyramid pose. Inhale, high lunge, engaging everything, form alignment here. And exhale to pyramid pose. One more time like this. Inhale, high lunge, reaching tall. And exhale, folding forward, extending that front leg. Taking just a few deep breaths here. Releasing tension through that hamstring. Being sure those hips are squared off to the front of the mat. Then once more, let's inhale, coming forward into our high lunge, arms overhead, hips tucked here, and just hold it. Everything engaged, everything strong, powerful, rooted to the mat beneath you. Take an inhale. And exhale, let it go. Again, inhale. Fingertips drawing up toward the sky, extending through the whole body, everything strong, engaged. And exhale, let it go. take another inhale. As you exhale, go ahead and pivot that back foot, turning now for your warrior two, looking over that front arm. Again, think about that hip alignment, being sure those hips are tucked under here. And again, the fingertips are drawing out, extending through the arms. So we're not just using our lower body here, but our upper body is also very engaged. Maybe feel a stretching happening through the shoulders and the whole arms as well. Take an inhale, turn that front palm up toward the sky. As you exhale, reach down the back leg with your other arm. Right arm is overhead, reaching to the side, opening through the side body, the shoulder, maybe even to the low back and the hips some. Inhale and exhale, let it go. Stay with the breath as we hold this for just a few moments longer. Take an inhale. As you exhale, left arm comes overhead now for extended side angle, right fingertips toward the mat. Think about turning those hips, that chest up and out, keeping the hips square, keeping them tucked under. Maybe resting your arm on that knee if you can't reach all the way to the mat today. Again, breathe through the side body, through the hips and the back, really extending through that side body, creating a line with the body here. If you want to go even deeper, then you can begin extending that front leg for a triangle pose. Arm up toward the sky, again, creating that line. Inhale deeply, and exhale, tension melting out of the body as you find focus on the breath. One more time, let's inhale. As you exhale, begin to lift the body back up into warrior two, pivoting that back foot as you come back into your high lunge. And exhale, hands to the mat, stepping back into plank, taking a chaturanga. Inhale for upward facing dog. And exhale back to downward facing dog, settling in here once again. When you're in your down dog, making sure that your back is straight here is going to be helpful to get more out of this pose. Keeping a bend in those knees if you need to. So the back is flat, and we have more of this triangular position instead of this rounding through the back. Let's take one more inhale here. As you exhale, round through the spine, coming into plank. Exhale for chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, leading with the hips, pressing back to down dog once more. Take an inhale. As you exhale, go ahead and step the left foot forward to the front of the mat this time. Inhale the arms overhead, tucking the hips, squaring them off to the front of the mat. Then let's exhale, folding forward, extending that front leg for a pyramid pose, pulling that front hip back and pressing that back hip forward slightly. Inhale, extending into our high lunge once more, hips tucked under, strong core. Exhale, extending into pyramid. Inhale, reaching the arms overhead, finding that strong form. And exhale, back into pyramid. Just one more time like this. Let's inhale, back into lunge. And exhale, surrendering over that front leg, pyramid pose. Hold it here for just a couple moments. Breathing in deeply, exhaling away that tension. Then when you're ready, let's inhale back into high lunge, holding it this time, shifting those hips so that they're tucked under, belly button pulled into the spine. Arms extended toward the sky, fingertips reaching. Be sure that that front knee isn't passing the toes. Breathing deeply here, focused, finding a drishti point, a point of focus if you're having trouble balancing. You're almost there. Don't give up. Hold it just a little bit longer. And as you exhale, extend the arms, pivoting that back foot, looking over the front arm for a warrior two. Again, tucking those hips under, that belly button is pulled into the spine. Strong arms here, fingertips reaching. Inhale deeply. Exhale, let go. Tension melting away. Deeply rooted in this moment. If you find that your mind is trying to fight you, to tell you to quit, then that's when it's really important to focus on that breath, to shift your focus. Remind yourself that you choose where you place your attention. Take one more inhale, turning that front palm. As you exhale, reach down the back leg for extended side angle once more. Left arm reaching overhead this time, opening through that side body. Stretching through the hip and the back. Be sure that that chest is opening up toward the sky, not falling forward. So we're opening the hips, opening the chest here. Take another inhale. As you exhale, extend the other direction now, going into our extended side angle. Left arm either resting that elbow on the front knee or palm to the mat next to your foot. Right arm extending, reaching through the fingers, making a straight line. Find your focus again. Right where you are is exactly where you need to be. Allow everything else to fade away as you are mindfully present right here, right now. You can begin extending that front leg if you wish to take your triangle pose here. Or if that's a bit too advanced for you today, then just stay in that extended side angle. Inhale, feeling that breath expand through the rib cage, through those intercostal muscles. And exhale, let it go. Then when you are ready, go ahead and find your way back up into our warrior two. Pivoting back around to our high lunge. Exhaling the hands to the mat, stepping back into plank. Take a Chaturanga. Inhale for upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Take another deep breath here. Again, just checking in with yourself, noticing any shifts that have occurred since the beginning of this practice. Then when you're ready, go ahead and look forward, bend the knees. Exhale as you hop forward to the front of the mat. Then coming down to the glutes, extending the legs ahead, arms at the sides for boat pose. Hold it here. Core strong, trying to keep those lower legs parallel to the mat. Hold it, hold it, hold it, just a few moments longer. And as you exhale, very slowly with control, begin to extend down and back onto your back for our final Savasana. You may take a regular Savasana here, or end like we began by bringing the soles of the feet together, coming into that reclined butterfly once more. Allow the arms to rest gently at the sides, palms facing up, or maybe overhead if you want to extend through the arms and shoulders a bit. Feel the echo of the poses we've done today. Noticing how your body is feeling different, changes in circulation, flow of energy throughout the body. And begin to sink deeper into your mat, for just a little bit longer here before getting on with the busyness of our days. I would encourage you to stay in your Shavasana even longer today if you have time. Or if you wish to finish with a Yoga Nidra, be sure to check out my Yoga Nidra and meditation playlist for some great ways to finish your practice. If you are ready to finish with me today and get on with your day, then with your next exhale, gently turn onto your side and meet me at seated in the center of the mat for a final closing breath together. Let's take an inhale as we reach the arms up overhead. And exhale, hands to prayer at heart center. Thanking yourself for taking the time to honor your mind and body in this way today. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice. This class is part 2 of the Pelvic Floor Strength series, which is a yin and yang series where each week we have one class for 4 weeks, alternating yin and yang for strength and flexibility of our pelvic floor and deep core muscles. So if you want to continue with this series, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you can be notified as classes are released. If you enjoyed today's class, would you please do me a huge favor and also be sure to hit that like button. Liking and subscribing are the 2 number 1 ways that you can support this channel. If you do wish to support this channel monetarily, I do have memberships available now, starting from $2.99 to up to $25, I believe. And currently, these memberships are mostly just for those who wish to support this channel and be able to continue getting this free content on YouTube. However, there are some small perks associated with those memberships, and over time, those may increase as well. So thank you again for choosing to join me today and for whatever ways you choose to support this channel. Thanks, friends, and I will see you soon. Have a great rest of your day. Namaste.